again, everybody. Sorry for the delay in posting the videos, but it's been a bit tricky to do it while I've been in school full time. But I've snuck a little bit of extra time, and it's for our next chapter of the Folk of the Faraway Tree, and we're on chapter 8, the Faraway Tree again. Mother wasn't pleased to see how dirty, ink-stained and ragged Connie's clothes were when she came back with the others. "I won't let you go with the others to the faraway tree again if you can't keep yourself cleaner than this," she said crossly. Connie was not used to being talked to like this, and she burst into tears. The children's mother popped Connie's clothes into the wash tub and said, "Tomorrow you will iron and mend these clothes, Connie. Stop that noise or I'll send you straight to bed." And the children were tired and fell asleep as soon as their heads touched the pillow. When Connie woke up, she remembered all that had happened the day before and wondered if she could possibly have dreamt it. It seemed so amazing when she thought about it. "Are we going to the faraway tree again today?" she asked Joe when they were all having their breakfast. Joe shook his head. "No, we've got lots of work to do, and anyway, you didn't like it or the people, so we'll go alone." Connie looked as if she was going to burst into tears. Then she remembered that tears didn't seem to bother anyone here, so she blinked them away. "What land will be at the top of the tree this week?" she asked. "Don't know," said Joe. "Anyway, we're not going, Connie. We've had enough travelling for this week." For the next 2 days it rained so hard that Mother wouldn't let the children go out. They heard nothing from their friends in the faraway tree. The next day was sunny and the sky was a lovely blue. "As if it had been washed clean by all the rain," said Franny. "Let's go to the enchanted wood. Can we, Mother?" "Yes, I think so," said Mother. "I badly want a new saucepan, a nice little one for boiling milk. You could go and ask the saucepan man to sell me one. Here's some money." "Lovely," said Beth, overjoyed at the thought of visiting the faraway folk tree again. "We'll go this morning." "I'm going too," said Connie. "You're not," said Joe. "You're going to stay at home like a good girl and help Mother. You'll like that." "Indeed I won't," said Connie. "Don't be mean. Take me with you." "Well, it's no fun taking you anywhere," said Joe. "You've got bad manners and you don't do what you're told and people don't like you. You'll be far better at home. Anyway, you don't believe in anything in the enchanted wood, so why do you want to come?" "Because I don't want to be left out," wailed Connie. "Let me come. I'll be good. I'll have nice manners. I'll like everyone." "Well, you won't go in that nice dress," said Mother firmly. "I'm not going to let you spoil another one. If you go, you must borrow some of Franny's old clothes. They're a bit patched, but that won't matter." Connie didn't want to wear Franny's old clothes. But anyway, she went to put them on. She couldn't bear being left out, and if the others were going off into the wood, she really must go too. She came back wearing Franny's old washed-out clothes. Can you see there what Connie's wearing? Franny's old dress. "You look sensible now," said Joe. "Very sensible. It won't even matter if you go down the slippery slip without a cushion again. That material won't wear out in a hurry. Come on, everybody." They set off, Joe jingling the money for his saucepan in his pocket. They jumped over the ditch and landed in the enchanted wood. At once, everything seemed magic and different. Connie felt excited again. She was longing to see Moonface, who, since he had rescued her from the land of marvels, had become her hero. They came to the faraway tree. It was so hot that the children didn't feel like climbing up. "We'll go up on cushions," said Joe. "We'll send the red squirrel up to tell Moonface to send down some of the ropes." He whistled a little tune and the red squirrel popped up out of his hole. "Your sweater's getting so holey you won't be able to keep it on soon," said Beth. "I know," said the squirrel firmly, "but I don't know how to mend it." "I'll do it for you one day," said Beth. "I'm good at needlework. Now, Squirrel, please go up to Moonface and ask him to send down 4 cushions on ropes. It's really too hot to climb up today." The red squirrel bounded up the tree as light as a feather, his plumy tail waving behind him. The children sat down and waited, watching the funny little folk that trotted up and down the big tree going about their business. There soon came a rustling of leaves, and down through the branches came 4 fat cushions, tied firmly to ropes. "Here we are," said Joe, jumping up. Moonface had been quite jolly. "Choose a cushion, Connie, and sit on it. Hold the rope tight and give it 3 tugs and up you'll go." It was exciting. Connie sat on the big soft cushion, held onto the rope and gave it 3 tugs. The rope was hauled up from above, and Connie went swinging upwards between the branches. She saw that the tree was growing apricots today. She wondered if they were ripe. She picked one, and it was delicious, sweet and juicy. She thought she would pick another one, but by the time that she decided, the tree was growing acorns, which was disappointing. Soon everyone was on the broad branch outside Moonface's house. He was there with Mr. What's-his-name pulling hard on the ropes. "Hello," said Mr. What's-his-name, beaming at the children. "Haven't seen you for a long time." "You've always been asleep when we've come here," said Joe. "What's-his-name? This is Connie." "Ah, how do you do?" said What's-his-name. "Is this the little girl Saucepan was telling me about? She doesn't look so dirty and ragged as he said she did." "Well," said Connie indignantly, "fancy Saucepan saying—" "Now, don't lose your temper," said Joe. "After all, you did look dirty and ragged the other day. Where is Saucepan, Moonface? I want to buy something from him." "He's gone up into the land at the top of the tree," said Moonface. "He heard that there was an old friend of his there, little Miss Muffet, and he wanted to go and see her. She once gave him some curds and whey when she was very hungry, and he's never forgotten it. It was the only time in his life he ever tasted curds and whey." "Oh," said Joe. "Well, what land is there up there this week, then?" "The land of nursery rhymes," said Moonface. "So What's-his-name says anyway. You went up, didn't you, What's-his-name? You saw Tommy Tucker and little Jack Horner." "Yes," said What's-his-name. "Quite an interesting land. All sorts of friendly people there." "Let's go up and find Saucepan," said Beth. "It'll be fun. It's quite a harmless land, that's obvious. Goodness knows how long Saucepan will be up there with little Miss Muffet. Maybe he's feasting on curds and whey again and won't be back for days." "Please let's go," said Connie. "And Moonface, dear Moonface, you come too." "Don't call me dear Moonface," said Moonface. "You're not my best friend yet." "Oh," said Connie, who was so used to being fussed and spoilt by everyone that she couldn't understand anybody not liking her. "I think it would be fun to go up and see the nursery rhyme people," said Joe. "Come on, let's go now. We could get a saucepan from the old saucepan man while we're there and take it back with us." "Well, come along then," said Moonface, and he led the way up to the topmost branch of the tree. One by one they climbed in, came to the little ladder that led through the cloud, and found themselves in yet another land. "The land of nursery rhymes," said Beth, looking round. "Well, we should know most of the people here, though they won't remember us or know us. I wonder where Saucepan is. He could introduce us to everyone." "We'll ask where little Miss Muffet lives," said Moonface. "Look, that must be Jack Horner over there carrying a pie." "Ask him where Muffet is," said Franny. So they went over to where a plump little boy was just about to make a hole in a pie with his thumb. "Please, where's Miss Muffet?" asked Joe. "Over the other side of the hill," said Jack Horner, pointing with a juicy thumb. "Look out for her spider. He's pretty fierce today." And that's the end of chapter 8. I want you to have a little bit of an investigation for me if you don't know the nursery rhymes that were mentioned. So there was little Tommy Tucker, little Jack Horner, and there was also little Miss Muffet. Can you look up those nursery rhymes for me if you don't know them and see who the characters are? Thanks for listening to the story again, and I will be reading chapter 9 to you next. Bye!